Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're here for the first time, hit that subscribe button because today we're breaking down the wildest reality TV premiere that I have ever seen. We're going to be talking about, of course, Love Cabin, season one, episode one. And trust me, this is not your typical date-in show. Now, Tia Kemp brought this into cut. Tia Kemp is the host of the show. The show was curated by Ray J, and Tia Kemp is also the narrator of the show. Now, I don't know how that happened, but what I do know is that this episode was unhinged from the start to the finish of the episode. Let's talk about it. First, let's talk about the men. Let me introduce you to all of the men of the cast with the first man that we have to cut. Let me introduce you to the men because this is a cast and the cast is crazy. Cut. I don't like that. It's not flowing. First up, let me introduce you to the men. We have Thanos is the first one that I see. He's a Hispanic guy with curly hair, classic lover boy energy, but Thanos is giving major F boy vibes. Thanos claims that he is a part of Love Cabin because he wants to look for love and somebody that he can take back home to his mother. I'm not exactly sure about that. We'll see how that works out for Thanos. Next, next we have Macau or Mikhail. I think it's Mikhail. Mikhail is a 6'7", 6'5", black man. He claims he's a model. He says he's from Indiana, and he also is heavily into manosphere propaganda. Mikhail immediately tells us that he does not. Mikhail cut. Mikhail immediately tells us that he is not into big girls. That's not his thing. And he only date baddies because, and I quote, they have a high maintenance and they have high standards, which I think is crazy because later on he would go on to say he only date Kardashians. And it's also hypothetical, excuse me, cut. And it's also hypocritical because he says that he also want a woman that is a complete natural 10. But he also want a Kardashian. Okay. Next, we have John the Don, who is from my home city of Detroit, Michigan. He is a nurse and probably the worst contestant on the show. John admitted that he is a sex addict who settles, and I quote, settles for fat women with good head, end quote. John said, quote, cut. John admitted that he likes to fight over women. John also said that he has a type, and usually they have to have a big butt with low self esteem. It only gets worse when it comes to John. This man reveals that he doesn't date black women. As a black man, we're going to have to circle back, cut. As a black man, I'm going to have to circle back on that to really figure out why a man that's black would be completely opposed to dating a black woman. Okay. Next, we have Brian. So Brian is an Asian black, ambiguously looking type guy. He says that he has been single for 10 years. He is a dancer, whatever. I guess it's like you got served. He admits that he is selfish. He admits that he is a F boy. And despite those things, he claims that he is here to look for love. He claims that he loves God more than anything else. And he also says that he wants and I quote, he wants a traditional woman in a modern way. He wants a traditional woman in a modern way. When I heard Brian say this, to me, this is code for I want a woman to cook, clean, submit, have all the sex that I tell her to have, how I tell her to have it. And also, I want her to have a career and split bills. Child. Okay, so the next man that came on to Love Cabin is Camo. Camo was a 6'7", and I know this because he said it over and over. Camo was a 6'7" former basketball player, total heartbreaker type bandit. And to be honest, he seemed very empty inside. He seemed like he don't really have a good conversation. Like he's not all the way, up here. Um, However, he does claim that he's here looking for love at Love Cabin. So I'm not sure if he's here for clout or if he's here for love, but he don't seem to have it all the way up there. I don't think he's gonna make it far. The lady said he was unattractive too, but I'll get there later. And lastly, we have Trap Yayo. Trap Yayo is a content creator. In my opinion, he has a young niggas mentality, a YN mentality. He straight up admits, Trap Yayo straight up admits that he is physically and emotionally unstable. To me, those are both red flags. He also claims to be a god, so there might be some um, narcissistic traits there that you might want to look out for if you are interested in Trap Yayo. Mhm. All right. So next, let's talk about Ray J and how Ray J cut. Next, let's talk about Ray J and how Ray J enters the cabin. All right. From the beginning, Ray J was a bad influence on all of the men. He immediately had a meeting with all the men. And the first thing that Ray J said to these men, quote, is we can fuck all the women. We, as if he was a part of the show. And he also said that men have to tell the truth, which I thought was crazy. So is this show about love or is this show about pussy or is it about Ray J or is it about the contestants? Is it about it? Is it about what the men and women want? Is it about the cash prize? I just don't know what the hell this show is about so far. But my wife made an excellent point while we were watching the show. She pointed out the fact that Ray J gave the women nothing. See, the men got alcohol. The men got a speech about how they can fuck all the women, while the women got absolutely nothing at all. Ray J went in there, he hyped the men up. It seemed very misogynistic, right? The women, they had no female representation there, no co-host at all to make them feel comfortable. It was almost like Ray J had brought these women into the lion's den. And I think it was very intentional. And I'm gonna call it out. It seems predatory as well. It seems very predatory. I don't understand how Ray J could watch this, have somebody edit it, and put it out without himself thinking, hey bro, this shit's look very, very, very predatory. All right. But let's talk about the ladies. Speaking of the ladies, so the first woman that we have is Desiree. Desi is very beautiful. She's from Brooklyn. She's a bad bitch. At least that's what she called herself. And allegedly, she wants a husband or a man. I say allegedly because I believe Desi might be, for the streets. We'll see. Um, I don't understand why women come to dating shows and want multiple men. My wife say that's how she should play it because none of these men are husband material, so she should just play the field. But I feel like I don't know. Why waste your time? Desi seemed like she's going to be very messy in the shows moving forward. Next, I want to talk about Nisa. Nisa is very beautiful. She might be the most beautiful woman on the show. She's from Texas, chocolate, maybe has a fake body, but she looked good nevertheless. She's definitely lying about her type. She says she wanted a good man. That's not true. She definitely cares about size, like you get what I'm saying, size. She was raised in Japan. I do believe that she might be potentially for the streets. I think she might be for the streets. And to be honest, that's only because it seemed like she want multiple dudes there too. If you came there for love, how are you gonna fall in love with multiple people, dating multiple people at the same time, having sex with multiple people, kissing on multiple people? It just seemed like most of the women here are for the streets. Next, let's talk about Athena. Athena is from Budapest, of all places. I have never had any conversations with anybody from Budapest. The first thing that came to my mind was the Avengers. Budapest don't seem like they would have women that I would be attracted to, but Athena is attractive. She's definitely freaky. She was kissing all over the nigga that she got thrown in a fucking makeout challenge with, but I'm not gonna spoil that yet. Athena seemed like a freak. She's definitely the men's type. She's light skinned. She's biracial. She's thick as hell. She might have a BBL. Maybe she don't. She seemed like she was a little bit ratchet, ghetto. She seems like she has all of the qualities that they hate when it's a black woman. For example, she was loud. She was dancing. She seemed to be for the street. She want a man with money. These are all the things that if a black woman said it, they would be upset if a black woman said it. But Athena from Budapest, the black men there kind of ate it up. They kind of made it seem like she was a prize. So anyway, next we have Chloe. Chloe is this tall ass white girl, not a ugly girl. Just for me, she's very basic. Um, I don't really have anything to say about her, good or bad. She's just there. Now, I do think that because she's not a black woman and she's a basic white woman, that the black males are going to pedestalize her. And there's a good chance that she may end up walking away with this $100,000 prize. But let's go to the next young lady, which is Kiara. Kiara is from Los Angeles. She's also biracial. She claims that she came to Ray J's love cabin looking for the love of her life. Okay, girl. Okay. Anyway, I don't believe that Kiara is attractive. I love her hair, but that's about it. I don't think her face is attractive. I think her body is below average or average at best. I don't see her really making it far. I don't. And then lastly, of all the young ladies that was introduced to us, we have Sheila. Sheila is a good opportunity for her to win here. She's a biracial. I think she's black and Italian. She kind of looked like Lotto with black hair. She was showing her titties on the second episode. She's definitely a freak. She's definitely for the streaks. Um, and I think again, she's lying about what she said she wanted. She said she wanted a man that she can marry and she can be good to. No, you don't. You want a nigga that can spend money. That's all it is. That's all you gotta say. Nevertheless, quick break. All right, so let's talk about this makeout challenge. The makeout challenge was real crazy because it just got really dark for me. Ray J, he wanted these women to come on and fall in love, and these men to come on and fall in love. However, he's doing all the picking for them. Ray J said, you know what? The first challenge on the show is going to be the makeout challenge, where Ray J decides on his own who is going to be making out with who. The first, couple that Ray J chose was Sheila and John from Detroit. He made them kiss, and Sheila was kind of making it seem like she didn't want to do it, but she did it anyway, multiple times. And the thing that really disgusts me is these people didn't even know each other's last name. Y'all just met, just walked into a room with each other, or at least that's how it looks to the audience. And it's given unprotected energy, it's given STD, it's given raw. Just didn't sit comfortably with me. Next, Camo is forced to kiss Chloe, the tall white girl. Now, he's happy, she's happy. However, in a clip before, Camo said he wanted Desi. And, I just don't understand. So if you want a Desi, just tell Ray J, I don't want this tall white chocolate woman. I want Desi. But nevertheless, he walked straight up to the white girl, start kissing her in the mouth like it wasn't shit. I mean, these are some freaky people, bro. Real freaky. Also, I want to add this in. My wife made another important point. She said that when she was watching the show with me, she noticed how the men went into sexual like it was very sexual directly and immediately. They went directly into these physical and sexual activities. The makeout challenge, kissing, who would you fuck, who's the most attractive, look into his pants and see who got the biggest peen. This show isn't about love. Ray J isn't thinking about love at all. He gave the man liquor to make them more aggressive, to make them more animal like. And the women got absolutely nothing. No liquid courage, no choice, no consent conversations. To me, I'm going to call this a soft freak off. I'm calling it that because that's what the fuck it is. The next couple that he makes kiss is Trap Yayo and Desiree. But this the thing, right? Because Ray J didn't like how the kiss looked. He was uncomfortable with it. He makes Desi kiss Mikhail right after she kissed Trap Yayo. Now, of course, Mikhail don't like this because Trap Yayo has a representation for having an OnlyFans and being an adult, filmmaker. So Mikhail says, "Bro, you want me to kiss her after you made the porn star kiss her?" And the nigga did it though. You did it though. That's crazy work, bro. Crazy work. Desi admits, to Ray J that she didn't really like that shit. But to me, if you didn't really like it, why would you go forward with it? Now, some people are saying that she had no choice. That Ray J made her kiss both of these men. He didn't give her any choice, and she had no agency, almost like a prostitute. But if she had said no, what would have happened? Would she be kicked off the show? They probably would have gaslit her to make her feel better. Sorry, to make her feel bad, to pressure her, to make her feel crazy. But at the end of the day, this show and the behaviors on the show is extremely predatory, extremely problematic. I'm calling Ray J the new Diddy. Now I'm saying this because he wasn't even acting like he was a contestant. Ray J tried to kiss Sheila himself. Ray J ended up admitting that he's a hoe. Ray J says that, wait, we about to get into some real kinky shit. We? My wife, my wife ended up while we was watching the show, and when Ray J was talking about getting into kinky shit and trying to get Sheila to kiss him, it was almost like we was about to get into some reality porn type shit. Because Ray J is literally acting like how the court documents explain Diddy to be. Getting off on watching people kiss, orchestrating intimate moments between strangers, and in my opinion, ultimately creating a very unsafe environment for all parties involved. He announced, Ray J announced that all these couples, after the night's activities had been, done, they're all going to be in one bedroom. Tiny ass twin beds, 6 couples, 6 beds, one tiny ass room. This is basically a soft freak off without the baby oils. Ray J never mentioned consent. Ray J never mentioned protection, right? Ray J never mentioned women having their own agency to choose who they wanted in those situations to be in the bed with them. And the red flags just kept on coming. Mikhail made it clear that he wanted Desiree, but he ended up with another woman. Now he's saying that he wants Nisa because she seems like the woman that everybody wants to have sex with. If you came here for love, why are you going after a woman simply based on sex? Brian, the godly man, he quotes Hebrews 10:14 about if you guys don't know what Hebrews 14 is, it speaks about the sanctification of Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ's sacrifice. But how are you quoting Hebrews 10:14, but then you go immediately start kissing a woman and start being a fucking bandit and start sinning? It's almost like you got one foot in the church and one foot in hell. Y'all don't want to be God fearing man in real life. You really want to have all the women in the love cabin. Child. Next thing we see is Thanos with Kiara. They have been matched together by Ray J, and neither one of them are impressed with each other. This is why Ray J should have allowed the people to choose who they wanted. Nisa picks Thanos, and Thanos, you know. So all right, cut. So Ray J ended up getting to a point where he allows the ladies to pick one guy that they may want. And he started with Nisa. Nisa ended up picking Thanos. And despite Thanos directly just kissing on Kiara, Nisa kisses him directly in the mouth, even though she was just kissing on Brian. Athena ended up picking Trap Yayo, which is crazy. Again, predatory, soft freak offs. I don't know what to think about this. The show has absolutely no structure. Ray J is pretty much doing whatever the fuck he want to do. So let me just add my final thoughts here, guys. These are my final thoughts. I'm not looking to tell adults what to do. If you're an adult, you can make your own choice about how you want to move in life. But this show is not about love. The show is called Love Cabin, but it's not about love. This show is about exploitation. This show is predatory, and this show exploits predatory behaviors. And in my opinion, it just Ray J just want to create viral moments, doing very predatory, offensive shit. The women are put in these uncomfortable situations because they don't have any equal footing. They don't have any woman advocate there or woman co-host that will make them feel comfortable. There was no conversations on camera that we can see about consent. There was no conversations about protection and how the men there could protect the women or how the women would be protected from the men, right? And there was no conversation about these women having agency over their own bodies and picking the mate that they want. Ray J is not acting like a host, and more he's acting like a pimp. All right. This show is very dangerous. It's very gross. And honestly, I think if they don't tighten up, they could face a lawsuit in the future if things continue to get worse. I'll be watching this show, I'll be breaking it down, and I hope that you guys follow this show with me. I just don't know. I don't want to see Ray J go to jail because you're having freak offs like Diddy. All right. Listen, guys, drop a comment and let me know. Am I tripping or is this show wildly inappropriate? And if you watch to the end of the video, put soft freak off, hashtag soft freak off in the comments below to let me know that you watched to the end of the video. Again, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next breakdown. Peace.